It's time to clear the area of this Gaulish force. They have been sent from the city of Numantia south to Cordoba, and we have intercepted them. They have been reinforced with this leader, Briham of Cabillonum, and he's a good commander, natural born leader. He's very young. He's supported by a barbarian warlord cavalry, and so let's move into this battle, and we should be able to easily defeat him. There are two Roman armies in Spain, and the enemy does not hold a very significant resistance.
The afterlife will have many new souls by nightfall.
He's talking without a doubt about these goals. In any case, our cavalry presence alone will be strong enough to do a very serious blow to them. So you see, the peasants will run very quickly. It looks like they are employing unarmed, I mean poorly trained citizens, barely armed. They do seem to wear something here. Well, that doesn't look like leather. They only have belts as a sort of a protection, if that could be called protection. These naked warriors are, without a doubt, a troops that could offer significant resistance, but for as long as they're not in high numbers, they won't do much harm. Our troops here in Spain are in great numbers, and these have good experience. These brigades have fought multiple battles already, and they carry very good traditions with them. These traditions are being taught to the soldiers, and in turn our forces are much better. Now here we see that the enemy is bringing in the general, and here we're going to hit the general.
The general is slain, and now his men fear us. It is time to press the attack
with everything we've got. And so this should create a further chain routes. As you can see, the chain route is just incredible. They don't seem to be able to hold the line for long, and they're broken. It looks like they're broken barely with any fighting done.
The gods be praised! The enemy's hearts are full of fear, and now they flee!
In fact, I think my cavalry would have been enough to kill them all off. Alright. Now we're just going to get rid of the remaining ones. That's their family member, the general.
This is a heroic victory, worthy of Roman arms!
Done. A heroic victory.
Victory!
Enemy army routes. The foe are so few in number that they have fled and hidden rather than face the might of true Romans any longer. They need no longer trouble our forces, which new expands. An addition has been made to this man's personal retinue of servants, retainers, and associates. Some men are willing to turn against their own kind for all sorts of reasons. +1 command when fighting against barbarians. So dense barbarian turned out. And now, after this successful battle, we will siege Numantia.
Attack!
With this army, and our objective will be to eliminate the Gauls entirely here after this battle.
Besieging settlement, sir.
Done.
Settlement under siege.
Furthermore, I'll send the spies north, entry into the vicinity of the city of Osturica can only go through the inner mountains, so it's a very good defensive position for them. Also, our next objective will be Carthago Nova.
Your Honor.
That's currently barely defended. Here we're keeping the population at bay. The problem that I'm seeing here is the Sacred Circle of Abnaba. We never tore it down, but we'll have to wait for the Colosseum to finish now before we do anything else. Our army here has recovered successfully, and new campaigns may be launched. It's unclear if they have settled somewhere here, but I don't think so. I don't think that they did in fact settle themselves anywhere in
Imperator.
In the north. However, our campaign
Prepare for battle.
needs to continue. Here I'm going to send my cavalry, led by our faction leader, to intercept the Gaul commander here.
Prepare for battle.
And that's their faction heir, Caradog of Adoatucorum. He has a mercenary captain as one of his retinues. He's a good commander, he has a command talent, and he's a faction heir. So another very military focused leader. It looks like we're holding this area firmly without a doubt.
Aye, Captain.
Our army is sailing further into the east to colonize and expand. Here, more or less, we are in control. The public order isn't perfect, but it will be eventually. Here it's fine. I don't like these rebels here, but not much I want to do about them, because they don't look to be focused on anything more than just kind of being there. Alright, here I'm going to send out my general to build a few
Moves depleted, sir.
towers before
Imperator.
it comes back. As you can see, the people here are not very happy. Not very happy at all
Master.
with our presence. Also, we're creating two armies in this region, and we're going to use these armies to assault enemy positions. That's our port, and precisely the Egypt itself. Now let's take a look at our city here and see if there's anything we don't know. Aqueduct. The aqueduct supplies fresh, clean water to the city throughout the year. Apart from that, used for drinking and washing, there is usually enough left over for public fountains and gardens as well. It looks like all these constructions are familiar to us, without a doubt.
Imperator.
Also, the new army here is being
Orders, sir.
assembled now,
Prepare to ambush. Orders.
and it looks like I even constructed too many units. In any case, we certainly do not need more units. And so I'm going to disband the ones that
Imperator!
are in excess. Furthermore, I will need to assign a commander for the 6th Army, and
Yes, Master. On my way. Yes, Master. On my way.
the commander of the 6th Army could be Tiberius Julius, Tertius Chaerea, or Appius Fonteius. Appius Fonteius is a faction heir, and to be a good leader he should have some more military experience. He dislikes farming, he has an understanding of strategy. He's ingenious. This man has an inherent and trusting nature that makes him both endearing and worryingly vulnerable. He's a confident commander, careless, a benevolent ruler, and a faction heir. As one of his retinues he has Priest of Jupiter, Pontifex. By Jupiter asking for help of the gods is better when it's done with the voice of authority, and the Spice Merchant. I think that he would use some more
Noble Master, at once, Your Honor, without delay. Sir, march!
experience commanding, and that's it. This town will soon expand, so I'm going to
Sir!
create more
Yes, Master.
garrisons
At your
here,
service.
and this
Yes,
force
Master.
will go on fighting the British.
Moving.
So
Move,
I will
sir.
send my
Your
spies
Honor.
north
Moving.
onto the British positions. Furthermore, let's take a look at our other commanders. How did they bear? So this Tertius Chaerea is in Arretium. He's a bureaucrat, been in wars, publicly loyal, strategic expert. That's +2 command. This man can claim some expertise in strategy thanks to his extensive studies of many histories of warfare. He's ingenious, careless draftsman. Otherwise he would have been the perfect commander of the 6th Army, which he currently is, in theory. However, I want the faction heir to be the commander. This guy was almost given the command. He is sort of a a learner, a artist, extravagant. He likes to live luxurious. It's best at this point if he just manages a town. Besides, he just got +1 management and it's working splendidly. Then we have this guy. This guy is given an interesting task. He was like marched all the way from Carthage or Thapsus down south, and he fought his way through into Cyrene and launched further offensives into Siva. Not by himself, but he kind of ordered that attack, or we could say that he did that, and he's little liver. That's the most unfortunate thing. So he's certainly not a fighter, because his troops are suffering morale penalty, so he can't really lead armies into battle, but he can kind of manage settlements quite well. Furthermore, he is untruthful. While the small-minded agree, truth is a good thing, this man sees the bigger picture. He's a good ambusher, abstemious, choosing not to indulge in even the smallest of alcohol pleasures. Every move this man makes is sober and considered. That gives him +2 management. 10% penalty on your popularity with the people. He's a vanquisher. This man's many victories have made him popular and respected, but also a target in the eyes of his jealous compatriots. He's a good commander, wrong-headed, testy, -1 impulse, +1 command. This man suffers from irrational bouts of irritation at the shortcomings of his underlings, understanding speaker, poor farmer and droughtsman. In his retinue he has a mercenary captain, Carthaginian Turcount, priest of Jupiter, drill master and a decorated hero. That means he has quite a few military focused individuals. He, at first, if I remember, was sent to Corrales, manage the island, but our further conquest led him further. And then we have this guy. He's 17 years old. He was born in Corduba, or he was sent in Corduba from Rome. That's probably how it went down. He was probably born and raised in Rome, and went to Corduba to meet his father, and from there he was sent to Scalabis, which he successfully got under control. He has gourmet of life. This man appreciates the better things in life. 1% bonus on all trade income, 10% decrease to cost to bribe. He's testy. This man suffers from irrational bouts of irritation at the shortcomings of his underlings. They suffer as a result -1 influence, +1 command. So he's currently has Scalabis under control, which is great. Then we have this guy, leader of a army. He's 40 years old, Marcus Victor. As one of his retinues, he has a mastersmith. He is apparently lawyer, heartless ruler, abstemious, choosing not to indulge even in the smallest of alcohol pleasures. Every move this man makes is sober and considered. He's outstanding speaker, understanding of strategy, conqueror. If you kill a man, you're a murderer. Kill many and you're a hero. Kill them all and you're favored by the gods. Or dangerously imbalanced. 15% penalty on your popularity with the Senate. 30% bonus to your popularity with the people. Alright, he's droughtsman, dislikes farming, local hero, good commander, fertile, confident in defense. All in all, he is commanding one of our armies. And his next objective will be going for Carthago Nova. In any case, the settlement is under control, but we'll have to stay there a bit. That's Aulus Lustius. He's a good commander, drill master, and confident commander. So he's a good attacker, drill master, and confident commander. Look at that, drill master. He drills his troops too much, so they suffer morale bonus. It looks like he's nothing more than a manager because he doesn't know much about limits in training. Then this guy recently took Alessia, and he's having problems keeping it. He is superior commander, good attacker, true Roman, publicly loyal, placid, decreases the chance of having children, obsessional trainer, that increases his morale. This man knows that hard training means easier battles for his men. His strictness is seen as an unwelcome necessity that not only gives +1 morale, but also gives 10% to movement points. He likes to drink, he has no enemies. This man holds the belief that he has few enemies. Perhaps he's right. +1 influence, -1 from personal security. And he's careless. This man pays little attention to his personal security. Alright, so he has problems with personal security due to the fact that he thinks that he is safe. He has priest of Ceres as one of his retinues and a decorated hero. A clever leader knows how to use the fame and bravery of others to his own best advantage. That 20% discount on unit training costs. Then we have Decius Julius, a ruler of Carthage. He's apparently lawyer, superior builder, tight-fisted. Daylight rarely lights up in the inside of this man's purse. +3 to management, +2 to squirrel, decreases population growth and public order. He's composed, this man rarely lets his heart rule his head, making him seem cold and distant. Fruitful, increases the chance of having children. Tedious, speaker, punisher, strategist. Possessed of an admirable grasp of strategic theory, this man, through schooling in military matters, is the envy of many. That gives him a lot of command. He is ingenious. This man has an inherently trusting nature that makes him both endearing and worryingly vulnerable. +2 influence, -2 from personal security. He's careless. This man pays little attention to his personal security and benevolent ruler. This man likes to see himself as being well-meaning and considerate of his social inferiors. It looks like he can be assassinated. -3 to personal security. And here he has a silk merchant, goldsmith, an architect, pontifex, and a priest of Jupiter as one of his retinue. So he's focused on expanding his settlement. Okay, this leader, Tertius Harea, he's a bureaucrat, been in wars, publicly loyal, strategic expert, ingenious, careless, and draughtsman. He has a priest of Jupiter and pontifex as his retinues. Alright, now let's take a look at the commanders that are in the field right now. So this is the guy that's going to rule on our 6th army. He is a faction heir, has spies, mentor, pontifex, priest of Jupiter as his retinues. Also he dislikes farming, he has understanding of strategy, he's ingenious, confident commander, careless, benevolent ruler, and a faction heir. He has a command of 4 stars. This man has a basic talent for command, although he sometimes lacks confidence.
Orders!
Alright.
General! Orders!
Your Honor.
What else do we have here?
At your service.
Who shall die this day? General! Imperator! Sir! General!
I think that
General! Aye, Captain! Ready to say!
we went through most of them. Luca Creticus, another commander with the power, the 2nd army in Spain, another commander with a powerful army. He's a draughtsman, has understanding of logistics. This man has a basic grasp of the detailed administration needed to keep an army in the field. +1 morale for all troops on the battlefield, 10% to movement points. He's a judgmental. Decisions made by this man do not always seem entirely fair to the people. +1 to public security, +1 to invest. Political animal. This man is an aspiring politician, although his education in the art of politics has only just begun. +1 influence, improves the chances of getting elected to senatorial offices, 5% bonus to our popularity with the Senate, his job's worth. This man is a stickler for the rules, having little imagination where paperwork is concerned. He's strict. This man believes in the smack of firm government. He's drill master. This man likes to drill his troops incessantly. The drive for efficiency is not entirely popular. -2 morale for all troops on the battlefield. It looks like he drills his troops too hard and now they will suffer due to that. He has to be changed.
General!
As a commander, otherwise his troops may run from the battlefield if he cannot keep them in line. Here we've got some valuable information on the city here. Blockade the port. The Senate asks that you send one of your fleets to blockade this port for 1 turn. This will increase the pressure on this faction by cutting their income. Okay. And so I will try to do just that if I'll manage. PATRON writing. So we have a couple of settlements that are writing.
Imperator! General! General!
And
Orders! Imperator! General!
that's not good.
Imperator! March!
Let's send them reinforcements.
Imperator! Move out!
and see if that changes anything. So I've sent them quite a few here, and all of them should be able to put them all in line. Put the population here in line. They still have some cultural penalties. Squirrel. Distance to capital is also a major issue. City grows taxes. Okay, so let's invest all of our money in taxes. And here we see new buildings constructed. Projected treasure over 11,000, so we're making over 11,000 a turn, which isn't bad. Retinue expands. Tiberius Julius, Master Smith. Okay, that's cool. A highly skilled man able to look after all the weapons of an army with his assistance. 10% discount on unit training costs. Tertius Ha Area, Priest of Ceres. So the priests are without a doubt dominating them. Diplomatic relations. The following factions are now at war. Senate Germania, the House of Scipio, Scythia. The following factions have declared ceasefire. Germania, the House of Scipio, Pontus, and the House of Bruttii. And this is our army report. In any case, we've got some valuable information from our allies on the medium position. So this would be our enemies if we land here. And I think we should do just that. It's gonna be a bloody battle, without a doubt. And it's gonna take ages for us to actually sail there all that way. In any case, if we ever end up being destroyed by any of the forces out there, then we could still live out there. So maybe the Bruttii will overwhelm us. Who knows? It's hard to tell. Here the Scipii will fight. Let's see who they are fighting anyway. So it looks like Scythia, Gaul, Pontus, and Spain, and that's Pontus right here. They have at least 4 armies inside of the region. That's not bad. The Bruttii is fighting Gaul, Germania, Scythia, and Spain. So they are not fighting the British yet. It looks like the British are as numerous as others.
Sir!
Here,
Attack! Victory! Attack!
I think we should eliminate this guy quickly. If I let the AI fight this, the enemy general will most likely
Today we go!
just run away.
Await my orders!
We just need to hit him just like that.
General!
And that will be it. He should break in a matter of seconds or minutes. Okay, so the attack wasn't nearly as perfect. The fact that we got not surrounding the enemy.
This is a heroic victory, worthy of Roman arms!
But we suffered very, very few casualties. And so the leader
General! Move out!
has
Out of
been
move, sir.
slain.
Imperator.
Let's sail to the shores
Yes,
here
Captain.
and see who
Yes,
is in
Captain.
control.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Looks
Set
like the
sail.
British are
No
in
more
control
move,
here.
sir. Ready to sail! Set sail!
Fine. Now we should be able to get rid of the Gauls. Here they had two commanders, their faction leader and their faction heir. That is the faction leader. He has one of his retinues, Galloper. Command and control on the battlefield relies on orders getting through. +1 command when attacking. Priest of Teotatis. A priest spends half of a lifetime studying subjects related to his god. He can spend the other half putting to good use. +1 command, 10% discount on unit training cost. He's a good commander, has command out, he likes a drink, he's a faction leader, and he's untouched by fear. This man never feels uneasy when going to battle. Battle is an old friend to be greeted and enjoyed. His companion here is a faction heir. He's gloomy, that smile for troops on the battlefield. He's a social drinker, he's stern. This man's manners and lifestyle tends to be severe and unforgiving. He's a strict governor. This man believes in the smack of firm government. +1 to invest, +2 to law. And he's also a faction heir. He's supported by some warband swordsmen, and they are not high in numbers. And so this should be a very straightforward battle for us, because the enemy is not
Units! Await my orders! Attack the gate! Position! Ram in position! Ram! Units! Fire!
it's not holding a lot of troops, and that's very good for us. In any case, the British, their counterparts, hold very similar forces, and here, if the enemy is going to stay, we're going to blast them with massive numbers of javelins. I this time placed my troops very close to the wall to see if they would still throw their javelins, and let's find out. Well, so far they're not throwing the javelins, but what if I would make them a little bit back? Would they throw their javelins then? It's unclear. Let's see what's going to happen. They're certainly waiting to engage.
Our soldiers have reached the gates with a battering ram! Our soldiers are at the walls!
Finally,
now they must batter
it
away
looks
through.
like these guys are throwing their javelins very much in the air. Yeah, and we are able to hit some of them, but we're not doing near as much damage so far. So they have to throw the javelins, throwing it in the air, which is exactly what they're doing. But it's definitely not inflicting nearly as much damage. In any case, they just need to be moved slightly little back.
The enemy gate is down! Our battering ram has done its work!
Alright, this guy is being hit by the tower. Let's start pouring in that.
Our soldiers have captured the walls! Now is the time to press on and capture this place!
Will be it. They will try to engage, but I'm sure they will not be engaging us for long. The cavalry can attack with all of its might. These brigades need to be moved aside. And the cavalry needs to be moved aside as well.
Show no mercy! The enemy walls are down! Make sure their soldiers are buried beneath the ruins!
Just like that, the cavalry needs to move. And the troops need to enter the city. Finally, we can attack with the cavalry. We need to break these right here as quickly as possible. And then with our cavalry we will kill all the ones that are retreating. Just like that. It looks like we are able to do it. Let's just not stop pursuing them. Just like that, we just simply overrun them. Okay, things are looking very, very good. And now we're going to position our troops here on the entries. From a few sides. And we should be able to just surround and kill them all off. I'll let them run. They will end up being slightly exhausted with that. But hopefully that won't be too much of a problem. Okay, everybody looks so cool running here in the shade. Yeah, they won't have to fight in the shade though. Their motion that they're running, the motion looks very, very realistic. These soldiers ended up in the battle. I don't think that they should do that. I think that they should also retreat. And as you can see, some of them will just simply start to rout otherwise, and that's not good. It looks like they may be completely annihilated. So I'm gonna send some of my soldiers just slightly forward to stop the enemy from completely annihilating us there. Alright, it looks like now we'll just attack. That's it. So these guys, 7 less survived, but that's not much, not big of a deal. And we are going to fight through.
Praised. The enemy king lies dead at your feet. Now is the time to strike hard at his grieving subjects.
Let's just continue attacking them. now I'm going to just strike them with everything I've got, and in turn we should be able sheer numbers. So, another victory.
Victory! This land is Roman!
That means the goals are no longer in official existence.